lucky. What do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G. But keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use. Light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning gang, be the answer. And take your friends and them can and all. Come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them mistake, and even the chosen haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you were part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps, hey, dude. Hey, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Big Phil Speaks. And this is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show brought to you by myself and that good GMG, Good Money Gang. Listen, good morning, good morning. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? I hope you're feeling blessed and highly favored. Yes, because you're here. It is the 19th day of May, 2025, and them things. You hear me? And we here inhaling, exhaling. Yeah, baby. So we are amongst the blessed to be amongst the living. Listen, I hope that you make today a beautifully blessed day, the best day of your life thus far. But while you at it, plan, plot, and strategize so that if you're so blessed to see another day, you know, you make it an even better day than today. That part. How are y'all feeling today? Yeah, baby. Are y'all getting ready for work? Are you getting off of work? Are you unfortunately out of work? Clickety clack clack clickety, looking for work? But or are you laying in bed or looking across the room or in that kitchen or that bathroom, looking at your boo boo bun thing, significant or insignificant other, or even your spouse, and you're ready to put in work? Guess what? The Good Morning Gang Morning Show gonna get you right and ready. You better ask somebody, baby. Listen, whom we got in the room before I get started? Polo Dolo riding solo from that Kansas City way. Yep. Listen, sexy sugar mama. Yeah, baby. She's in the building. Shari, I see you. The Berg is in the building. What's goody like the mob? King Scale, salute. Rest stop. What's goody like the mob? I see you. 20 bandana. Whoop. What's goody like the mob? Sequoia Koya. She's in the building. Good morning to you. Tiffany. Hey, hey. She's in the building. She's in the building. She's in the building. Yeah. Terry Murray, what's goody like the mob? He said, oh, I thought you did this once a week. Now do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, baby. Thinking about going 5 days a week, but it gotta make sense. But we gonna talk about that at some other time. How are y'all feeling? Y'all do your boy a favor and share this situation that's about to take fruition. Huh? Listen, for those that are tapping in, tuning in, you know what I'm saying, just for a moment or, for the long haul, do your boy a favor. Hit that thumbs up for your boy one time. Boop. More importantly, if you have not done so, hit that murder button, subscribe button. Boop. Hit that notification bell. Bing, ying, 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 ying. So you'll be able to know whenever the Good Morning Gang Morning Show drop. Whenever Feel the Love Fridays drop. Or anything else that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. You'd be amongst the first to know that. That was hella loud in my ear. Damn it. But it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. Listen, y'all share this situation. We got people tapping in and tuning in on the pregame tailgate over on IG. We got Facebook Liddy. We got YouTube going, Twitch going, and of course X, formerly known as the Twitters. The Twitters. 26 Love Cats. Tho No. Chef D White, I mean Chef Dwight, Mona Lisa Montoya. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube channel pit right there, huh? Listen, who else we got in the building? There you go. CLBCNY. Good morning to ye. Listen, if my voice sounds a little scratchy, it's because I was losing my voice over the weekend, but I'm still here. I'm just getting my Barry White on, baby. It is a good to you. Meet me in the secret garden. Listen, thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Huh? Listen, how y'all feeling on this Monday morning? Me, I was like, man, I woke up, had a headache a little bit. I said, damn it, I don't feel like doing the show. But guess what? I'm gonna do it anywho. Do it anyway. Anything less than be uncivilized, I got to come through for my peoples. Got to come through for my good GMGers and GMGettes. Before I go further, though, let me give you this warning, huh? One time for the one time. Warning, warning. Federal law, Title 17, USC Section 107 allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows the quoting of copyrighted material and the creation of a new work for purposes including, but not limited to, criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture. Listen, that pod, we in the building, baby. It's the morning show. I'm gonna send the link out earlier today so we can talk about it, huh? We got some things to talk about. That I'm gonna open the floor for the Ask GMG or Ask Me, whatever it may be, huh? As we tapping in, you said doing too many live streams could never do that. Never too much, never too much. Oh, that's what's up. Have you a ball, Terry Murray? Have you a ball out there? Sharonda Bradford. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Gary Bino. Come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you, huh? Listen, we about to have us a good conversation. I'm gonna start it off like this. Listen, as we are traveling to and fro, ladies and gentlemen, understand they are watching us. They are watching us. So while you in your car, don't think your tags are the only thing they peeking on. So be careful if you riding around, indecent, or if you got, your yammer, your hammer sitting out on your lap or on the next seat, or you got some, I'm saying, some ooh wee, I'm saying, about sitting out in your hand or in the next, what you call, because they watching, and that's how they gonna be getting you real soon if they ain't got you already. Especially when you on them highways and byways. You don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Oh, music for God too. Good morning, darling. Hey, hey. Listen. It's you music for God too. I've been back on a lot more regularly than not. But y'all check out this video, ladies and gentlemen. Huh?
Man, they got cameras everywhere. I bet you didn't even know this. Check out these cameras that they got right here. And you probably done seen this and probably didn't even put two and two together.
Flock cameras are the main thing that law enforcement uses now to catch criminals. That's what it is. As clear as I can say it. What we'll do is I'll put a picture of the flock camera on this so that you'll see it. But they're everywhere. Once you see this thing, you're going to realize that you see them everywhere. It is a camera that is positioned to capture your license. That's what a flock camera is. But these cameras capture more than your license. They can capture the interior of your vehicle as you drive by these cameras, especially the positioning of the camera. And it's legal. And so what happens is this camera captures your tag. And when it captures your tag, it's able to detect where your vehicle has been Anywhere in the United States where there are flock cameras, if you're in Georgia and you travel to New York, every time your vehicle tag gets captured by a flock camera, it is entered into a database and they are able to track it.
Listen. You better be careful. The only thing I can say, what the flock? What the flock is going on out here? The eye of Big Brother in the sky is looking at you and you best to be more careful, huh? They're gonna be taking pictures of your tags, and they're gonna be taking pictures of whatever you doing in that car. And some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? People doing extracurriculars in the back seats and things. Y'all better be more careful when you catch that charge. You feel me? Listen, I, it's my job to report news and things that I come across that I think you can use and give my real life point of view. I think this is one of them ones, especially for my travelers, especially for those that come to and fro from here to there and a little bit of everywhere. Rest up said, F it, I'm getting a horse. Damage him. Hey, Bambina in NYC, come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? Listen, I feel as though, you know what I'm saying, technology is what it is, right? And for everything they have with a technological advance they have or will have the go around to get you around it or whatever the case may be. That's are the laws of life, right? But with this situation, y'all just make sure that you be more careful while you're driving and sliding, huh? Don't be riding with that thing on your lap. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some literature. I already had heard that they got some other cameras that they have like a see-through ability that can actually see the signature of hammers in your car and all kinds of things. So, fellas, ladies, be careful out here, especially if you're moving and they ain't moving right. I'm gonna move on though. I'm gonna move on with the move on, but be careful out here, ladies and gentlemen. Huh? Listen, Bam Wilson. Good morning to you. I see you. Whoa, Mac, what's good? Stand up. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Huh? Listen, ah, as a lot of y'all know, Marathon Burger has opened up in California. There was a viral video of somebody that was a friend of Nipsey Hussle who showed up at the thing, but his brother who runs Black who opened Marathon Burger did not like the fact that he had been buddying up with some people that might have been saying some disparaging things about Nipsey Hussle and got him removed from the premises. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is a little bit different. We got 12, we got one time, we got whoop whoop, we got 5-0, we got the police out here racially profiling people at Marathon Burger off of Melrose. What? I guess they figured this restaurant has no business being over here, and the people that it's going to attract and bring to it got no business being over here. I want y'all to check out this video, but more importantly, I want you to check out this one police barber. Barber look like he mumbling and talking to us. Like, bitches. Look, y'all think I'm lying? Y'all pay attention to this and watch this. Racial profiling at Marathon Burgers. Can the marathon continue? Can we eat the burgers or something? Damn, police, it says. Y'all watch this, huh?
Just don't want black people pulled over for nothing, that's all.
You don't appear to be black, so you'll be getting stopped.
After seeing the videos of what looks like racial profiling outside of Marathon Burger, I decided to go to Melrose and see for myself what is going on, and my God, was it worse than I thought. It wasn't just LAPD circling the block, lurking in the alleys, but they had multiple people, all black, out of their cars and in handcuffs. And for what? One of the vehicles had no front license plate, and after searching the entire car and detaining both the driver and the passenger, they were released with nothing more than a plate violation. I was just filming peacefully under my First Amendment right, and that's when Officer Daniel McClement approached me and said something that felt like a threat.
We'll stop you right now when you drive away on your e-bike.
Why would I get stopped?
Because it's not legal for the road. So we'll stop you here in a minute too.
There's no law against riding an e-bike on the street, and his comment was clearly meant to intimidate me. I'll be filing a complaint.
I wonder why they're stopping everyone black on this street in this couple blocks here. It's a good question, right?
We'll stop you right now when you drive away on your e-bike
Why would I get stopped?
because it's not legal for the road. So we'll stop you here in a minute too.
I can't walk it?
You can walk it.
Okay. But you can't ride an e-bike in LA?
No, that's not legal for the road. You want attention, you'll get it.
Just don't want black people pulled over for nothing, that's all.
You don't appear to be black, so you'll be getting stopped.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, McClellan,
McClubin?
25085.
Thank you. What division are you guys?
Wilshire.
Wilshire? That's what patrols Melrose and...
You seem to know a lot about who we're stopping, but not a lot about who we are.
But it did not stop there. As I walked away from that stop, I saw another traffic stop. Again, 2 black men in handcuffs. What was their offense? Waiting in the car in the red zone while their friend got a haircut. That turned into another search, another detainment, and once again, they were let go with just a ticket. I asked the supervising officer about the e-bike claim, and he confirmed it is not illegal to ride an e-bike on the street.
Are you not allowed to ride an e-bike in the city?
You are, as far as I'm concerned, you are.
You know the officer that's got no lights on? Like the white dude, he's got some tats, he's just drove by. No, you don't know what I'm talking about? He said I couldn't ride this in the city.
In the city?
He said if I ride it here, he's gonna pull me over and stop me.
So my question is the city council, to the mayor, and to the LAPD chief. Why are black people being handcuffed, searched, and threatened over minor infractions outside Marathon Burger?
How much do they charge? $60. $60. I'll take a robbery report for you.
Oh, now they're funny guys. Now he's a funny guy. These guys are still in handcuffs and we're cracking jokes. This shit ain't funny. For real, he's still in handcuffs. He thinks it's funny? Shit is not funny.
You're the only upset one.
If they're in handcuffs and not upset, that's sad.
You're complaining more than they are.
Yeah, because they're in handcuffs. Have you ever been in handcuffs? What? Because you were in trouble? It doesn't feel good to complain when your hands are behind your back and you guys got guns. You guys killed people multiple times. You guys killed a 14-year-old girl. Your LAPD officer did. William Dorsey Jones. You guys kill people all the time. Shit isn't funny. They're in handcuffs. They're in handcuffs. Not funny. Take them out of handcuffs and then we'll laugh at your jokes. Take them out of handcuffs, we'll laugh at your jokes. What? Because it's wrong. Why are they in handcuffs? You guys still a threat? They're still worried about your safety with 3 cops with guns? Still worried about your safety. They got to be in handcuffs because why? They were in the red. I've gotten tickets, parking tickets, usually not searched and put in handcuffs.
Are law enforcement agencies in Southern California targeting Marathon Burger? Targeting the people that come to support a black-owned business? Is this surveillance? Is this harassment? Is this retaliation? This looks like stop and frisk 2.0 and it's unconstitutional. You need reasonable suspicion, not just a burger and fries. And if you ever get stopped like this, know your rights. Stay calm, film the police. That is your First Amendment right. Refuse any and all searches. That is your Fourth Amendment right. And remain silent. Say, I remain silent until my attorney is present. That is your Fifth Amendment right. I'm calling on all First Amendment auditors to pull up to Marathon Burger. We need all hands on deck filming and documenting this blatant harassment. Have you seen this happening outside Marathon Burger? Send us a DM. Submit your video to mrcheckpoint.com/submit. We are watching, we're documenting, and we're not staying silent. Shout out to Black Sam and everyone keeping the marathon going. Support local, support black owned, always film the police, always for the people. I'm Mr. Checkpoint, and comment Marathon Burger below and share this message.
Yep. Yep. Listen, sounds like it's a little bit of surveillance, sound like it's a little retaliation, sound like it's a whole lot of discrimination going on over there on Melrose by Marathon Burger. Connie Baptiste, good morning to ye. Almighty KM, she done brung them on in. Good morning, GMG. Listen, it seems like it's a whole lot of discrimination going on. Come on, one time. Come on, 12. Come on, police. Leave them alone. Let them get their burgers and fries and get on their way. Y'all making more of a nuisance out of them coming to get the food than, you know what I'm saying, than is necessary, huh? They ain't over there robbing, killing, and stealing. They trying to get the burger and stamp on out. Leave them alone. Peep scheme, Wagwan, brethren. Listen, we about to have ourselves a ball today, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, let Marathon Burger be great. And let the people, let the constituents, no matter where they coming from, let them get their good Marathon Burger and support that black-owned business and let them go on about their business. Stop harassing, trying to find out. What they try to do is deter people that's coming from other areas of LA, Compton, Watts, Inglewood, other areas that will come and show support for Marathon Burgers. They try to deter them from coming over that area to support Marathon Burgers, and that's crazy. That's messed up. That's really foul, or whatever the case may be. They need to leave them the hell alone and let them brothers do what they do. You hear me? Rest of them said, I wish they tried that here in Montgomery, Alabama. Sheesh. I'm just saying. Am I wrong for that? I'm just saying. But stories like that make this next story even more palatable, even more grand, even more great, even more wonderful. Wonderful. As many of y'all have seen by now, the largest plantation in Louisiana is no longer the building, the house is no longer standing. It's been to a crispy crust. It's been burnt down. Listen, y'all watch this. It said the largest in 1859. According to media outlets, staff noticed smoke after entering the home's museum room around 2 p.m. on May 15th. After they left and quickly returned, they began to see flames. WAF 9 reports that the initial fire began in a bedroom located on the second floor of the home. Nearly a dozen firemen responded to put out flames at the 53,000 square foot property. Listen, burn, baby, burn. Y'all want to get rid of history, right? Y'all want to take books out the library and out the schools and all these things, right? Y'all want to make it seem like these things ain't happen. Then go on and get rid of these statues. Go ahead and get rid of these plantations. Go ahead and get rid of the eyesores to us of the things that took place during slavery and all its atrocities, huh? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Hey, Liasia, I'm over here on the good YouTube. Come on over. Culture, community, unity. Come on over, huh? On the good YouTube. Listen, y'all want to sweep under the rug, y'all want to act like certain things ain't happened, y'all want to change history, talk about slaves were happy to be slaves and all these choices that we had and couldn't. Listen, a lot more of these situations need to happen. Pause. I'm not saying that it's arson. I'm not saying that it could be an act of God. Well, let God act up. Let God act up. Since y'all wanna sweep history under the rug. Y'all wanna act like things ain't happened here in the United States of our America. Then you go ahead, God, and you act up and let him burn. Bloom. You know what I'm talking about? 53,000 square foot. That's a lot of damn property. You hear me? That's a lot of damn property. But guess what? Hey, it is what it is. Somebody once said to me that it seemed like the past residents are being heard, and being felt on that plantation when that fire happened. That they stood up from their graves spiritually and said, you know, we may have suffered and lived here, but yeah, it's time for this old building to go, huh? Yes, Lord, huh? We gonna move on with the move on, but I just had to tap in with that. I'm just like, yeah, burn, baby, burn. Listen, I'm not condoning no illegal activities. So YouTube, don't get your panties in a bunch. I'm just saying, people if organizations, if political parties, and on up want to lie, hide, destroy, and steal away our history, then guess what? These beautiful houses that came with the bullshit that they did to us that need to go. And as this article story said, was built by slaves. So let them slaves rise from their graves and take take back the equity, take back the labor, huh? So to speak, that they put into those buildings, huh? Let it be, let it be. Hey, Chris, good morning, pow pow, 293, good morning to ye. Papa Beam, come on over to the good YouTube, why don't you? Listen, I'm gonna move on with the move on. Listen, Jason Lee recently discussed online. Y'all know Jason Lee. It's only Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked. Jason Lee. He had some things to say about communication he's had with Tory Lanez in regards to this whole situation. It's gonna be a problem out here, Jack. Megan, you better do a couple more shows and get you a good lawyer, baby. Cause it might be up and it's stuck for you, maybe. Allegedly, hold on, let me put my allegedly banner up. I'm tripping. Huh? Excuse me. Keisha Hall can have herself a ball if the man sits over in order. She's in the building. Sierra Bay from the Bay Area, the Yay Area. GMG, huh? You in the building. Listen, y'all take a listen to old Jason Lee as he talks about the text messages that he got from Tory message, the conversation that they had.
Corey DM'd me some time ago. I never like to put receipts up, but let me go ahead and just pull it
Man,
out.
free him.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what Tory said to me. Hold on. Tory Lanez. Let me go back to the pre-stabbing dates. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Tory Lanez. Okay. In a text message between Tory and I said, yo. He said, what's good? I said, how you surviving that bullshit? Wish we could have sat down before you left. Because you know me and him hung out with Madonna when they were messing around. Don't believe me? Take a look at this photo. I said, do you have a number? He said, what's yours? Let me move on to the text messages now. Then we started to text message each other. I said, how are you? How you been? He said, incredible, in very high spirits and preparing to physically come home this year. I said, when? I need to come in there and get an interview, LOL. He said, I can't say exact days, but I know I'll be home this year. I said, how long you been gone? I'm so confused by your case. He said, actually, I have a crazy plan when I get back that I think you should know and be a part of because I'm only going to do one interview. And he said he's been gone 2.5 years. I said, I want to be a part of that plan. He said, it's honestly a bunch of suppressed evidence that was kept away from me during trial. I said, Wack told me that, but didn't say what. He said, like through trial, they keep saying it was inconclusive on the gun DNA, but I always knew I never touched the gun. So I asked my lawyer to retest it. And sure enough, I was 102% excluded completely from everything, just like I said. I said, well, why didn't you just say who did it? Fuck doing time for something you ain't do. He said, I took the rap for Kelsey, never wanted her to go to jail, and I never wanted Megan to get hurt or anything. So in me stopping her from getting shot, I got the raw deal. Crazy how life works. And to think they made me the poster boy for the unprotection of black women, when in all honesty, I protected 2 black women, one from getting shot and one from going to jail. Never said nothing in 8 to 10 years for them to live. It's a crazy, crazy place we live in. I said, but why you ain't just say that? Nigga, when I got shot, I told. And he said, I lost my mother at 11 years old. I couldn't sleep with myself. I was the reason for taking a mother away from her kid. I just couldn't do it. Tory Lanez.
He's better than me
And
because
again, I truly believe if Tory Lanez is innocent, he should be freed and he should be compensated for time that he was wrongly convicted. But I also believe the person who pulled the trigger, that person should go to jail. And if Meg conspired to set him up and lie on him, of course she should do time. But I'm just saying, in an instance like this, and
I don't like this long-winded explanation.
but the word conspired is so problematic because even if she didn't know, then she doesn't know. She can't say.
But that's what I'm saying. So in an instance like this, we should all agree, if I'm in a situation that I did not know what happened, I shouldn't go to jail for that. Because I wouldn't want that for you. But I'm saying, if the person did lie intentionally and set the other person up, she should go to jail.
Megan, you might be going to jail, girl.
Man, listen. I'm just saying. Just saying, there's a lot going on with that situation. Tory Lanez, hopefully you continuing to heal up well. You know what I'm saying? Because for those that been under a rock, he was an unfortunate victim of a stabbing at the Tehachapi state prison that he's at, and he got stabbed 14 times. Lungs collapsed and some more, but they say that he's been healing pretty good, talking, and you know what I'm saying. Hope is all is well with their brother. But if these things be fact, and I said this on I think the last episode, if these things be fact, somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody needs to be held accountable. Now, Kelsey might not be able to be touched because I think she got immunity in this situation. Megan, if you knew, and if your handlers pushed you to get that man convicted, you wrong. And may God deal with that however he see fit. But if those things are true, where his fingerprints was nowhere on no guns, no clips, no bullets, no nothing, and that there was the bodyguard or driver was a witness, because I remember he came up missing at a time during the case too. Let's not forget that somebody must have put some money in his pocket. Gone on a vacation, gone to Cancun or something, gone to Turks and Caicos or something. Got him up out the way for a minute, right? Then he appeared suddenly after the case or whatever the case may be. But yeah, if these things be true, set that man free ASAP like a rocket. You hear me? LPZ, what's going on? Said no info for the DEA. Keisha Hall said if he was trying to protect two women and knew what the implications would be, why cry now as if he's shocked he's doing jail time? Keisha Hall, I agree. But maybe he was under the assumption that he wouldn't get that much time because you know what I'm saying? Maybe he thought that the judge or whatever the case may be, or people would sympathize and maybe slap him on the wrist and maybe give them just a little something, if anything, right? But yeah, 10 years, because a lot of people thought that, wrong state, wrong place, and that he was gonna get his head hit with that time, and he did 10 years of them things, right? But who knows, man? And his thought process, because y'all could have been in hindsight, like, in the moment he might have, because that might have been why the bullets or fragments, whatever the case may be, might have ricocheted from the ground and hit him. Maybe he hit the other girl's arm, which stopped her from really being shot or whatever. Maybe he also stop the girl from getting locked up or whatever. Again, because I said maybe he felt guilty because he was cheating on Meg. Maybe he felt like his part in it was the fact that you know what I'm saying he was philandering or cheating, and he felt bad that two friends was out here about to you know what I'm saying go to bullets and go to war over some, you know what I'm saying, over some cheating. Vino Diva, hey, good morning to ye. Connie said, I been said Tory was innocent. The story just wasn't adding up. I know that's right. I know that's right, huh? It's a sad situation. It's a sad situation, and like I said, right, Timothy, you said chill on Tory. Nah, free that man. Timothy, free that man. Free Tory Lanez. That's all I'm saying. If that man did not fire that gun, if that man did not shoot that gal indirectly or directly, if that man didn't do these things that he was convicted of, free him ASAP like a rocket. You hear me? That part, man. I'm just saying. Hold up, though. I'm looking for something. I must didn't. I thought I sent it up. Hold on. While I'm talking to y'all, let me upload this next little piece, y'all. Boom. Hold up. Boom. Boom. Replace that. Yeah, 'cause I ain't gonna forget about this Bama ish here. This is different. Let me rename that. Yeah, there we go. I knew something was out of whack or whatever the case may be. But yeah, hell yeah, free that man. Free Tory Lanez. Free that my cousin. That's your cousin, cause like Riri said, what? Free that my cousin. Y'all are bugged out. Free him, no, that's a fact. If he didn't do that, get him up out of jail ASAP like Rocky. And furthermore, I still say he got a hell of a lawsuit for that stabbing or whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't know they got a recourse for the physical activities that happen against them or whatever, the negative physical activities, stabbings, beatings, and other things that can happen in jail while you're incarcerated because it's the government's job, it's their duty to keep you safe while you're under their care and housing or whatever the case may be. So Tory Lanez, I hope that you get free and I hope you hit them for a couple, 2, 3, 5, 10 million. 10 million, huh? For the 10 years, huh? Or matter of fact, 14 mil, one for every stab wound, or whatever the case may be. You feel me? Yes, indeed. Let me move on with the move on, huh? Let me move. Notorious. Good morning to ye. Let me move on with the Vino said he is not innocent. That goofy guy was not even there. He was trying to be big and bad in jail like he owned the place after he got. What are you talking about, Vino? What? What you got to smoke? What you got to smoke in this morning? Take that back to the dispensary. That's no bueno. What? Have at it. Have at it. Have at it. I'm gonna move on with the move on. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, today continues the P Diddy trial, the Diddy trial, the situation with Diddy uh being having his moment of justice or moment in court to see whether or not he's guilty or not guilty of said offenses and things and activities and whispers and things that they've been saying have been going on, fake offs, Ricos, abuse, extortion, coercion, force, you name it, kidnapping, missing folks. It's all kinds of things that they saying are tied into these things. Now I know Dawn Richards had took the stand, I believe, on Friday, and I think she's gonna be back on the stand today. And they said, boy, she was dropping doozies. Do woo 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 woozies. A lot of people say, well, Cassie, did she do more good or did she do more harm to the case? Cassie, she got a payout. She should have never been there. Cassie should have. She's a participating uh, co-conspirator, and she was with the bullshittery. Cassie. Listen, and I'll say it again, it's the reason they put her on first and not later on in the trial. Yes, the jury is going to have her in the back of their mind, but they're building a case. They're building a case. And Cassie was just a small piece of that puzzle. I can almost guarantee you. I'm still wondering if Albie Shura is going to take the stand in this situation. Also, side note, R.I.P. to Albie Shore's mom, Mama Brown. May you rest in heavenly peace, Albie Shore. Your thoughts are in our thoughts. Our prayers are with you. We mourn with you, my brother. There's nothing like a mama. We only get one. So I'll be sure hold your head, my brother, and may God's angels uh, en- encamp around you and give you comfort and counsel. Listen, but back to what I was saying. This case, Terry Murray said the freakiest trial of history. Pete Steve said free all the Babbas. Tanina, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yeah, this case here is gonna be one for the record books. I think if y'all feel like OJ's case was something, I think this case is gonna be one for the textbooks, one for the movie theaters, one for the for your lifetime. You hear me? One of those ones. But part of this case is they're, it's coming out that they're paying people $20, I think, an hour to wear free Diddy shirts. Free Diddy shirts. They paying people, random people to, it's not people part of a fan club, part of the organization of Bad Boy, or family, friends, or nothing. Matter of fact, you don't even see no family members wear these free Diddy, free Puffy, free Sean shirts. You see these people, some of them look not even well to do. They look like they might have needed that 24 million. You hear me? Yeah. Lady Costanita, good morning, GMG. Y'all take a watch to this though. They paying people to wear them damn Diddy shirts. Damn it, Diddy.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a T-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20.
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free Puffy shirt.
Stop. I knew, I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm good.
so just $20, and if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt.
And just stand out here.
And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out there in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a T-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20.
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free Puffy shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to wear.
They out here getting homeless folks and others to wear these shirts and paying them 20 an hour to look like it's a strategic front, like it's a this to make it seem like there's a bunch of people supporting this man in this situation or whatever. Like, okay, let me say it this way, right? If by some strange chance he is proven not to be guilty, send that man home, right? But I think that with all the allegations and things going on, that man may not touch ground again, either forever or for long time. That's just my personal opinion on the situation. And yes, if y'all feel as though Cassie was complicit in some of the things, yes, she was. But if at any point she decided she didn't want to be with the bullshiggery no more, she didn't want to be involved no more, excuse me, and yet she was made to continue to do these things, then yes, she deserves every dollar she got. Yes, she deserves immunity if she has gotten it. Yes, he should be held accountable. Excuse me. little tickling in the back of the throat. Pause. No, Diddy. But, excuse me. Again, if he is guilty of any of those things that they saying he doing, and again, the trial is only just begun. The crux of the case has not even been presented yet. I don't even think the aha moments, I don't even think those have been presented yet. I'm just saying. And then on top of that, for those that think that he might go and feel as though he might be innocent in some capacity, an innocent man doesn't pay 20, 30 million in a civil case to cover up, to stop false allegations. You see what Jay-Z did, said, "Man, if I did that, go to the police, get me locked up. Let's move. Let's make this do what it do. We ain't gotta talk about it. Let's be about it. Go on and start the process. Cause I guarantee I'm gonna be with all the shits and I'm gonna have my attorneys on that ass." That's what Diddy should have did. That's what him should have did. 20, 30 million. Huh? The feds say, "Oh, this Bama really guilty because he settled this in 24 of them hours, huh? That he settled in 24 of them things. He should have just let her leave when she didn't want to be there anymore." Now that's a fact. That's a fact, Tanina. And that's kidnapping. That's kidnapping by itself right there. When you don't allow somebody to leave and they trying to leave and you move them. Like if a girlfriend and a girl and a guy get in an argument and she's trying to leave and he grabs her and maybe moves her even a couple of feet, that's called a kidnap. That's like an attempted kidnapping. It can get ugly out here. It can get ugly. What if there are no more aha moments? What if Sierra Bay? But if you really think there's no more aha moments, listen, Sierra Bay, I will stand corrected and come here and apologize if there are no more aha moments, but I extremely doubt that. One, the Cassie thing, okay, and if you wanna discredit Cassie and say this, that, and the third, okay, cool, right? But the fact he tried to pay off the, security dude in the hotel that appears in the full video of the situation. That's a cover up right there, or attempted cover up. That's him trying to use his power and influence and money to sweep something under the rug. And that's just one situation, right? Now you got Dawn Richardson that's coming up saying she witnessed and saw some of these things, these allegations that have been levied against this man, and they're just warming up. We don't know who else is going to testify. We don't know who else is going to testify. But I can almost guarantee you the aha moments are far from over. Charlie Hustle, good morning to ye. I can almost guarantee I would bet my money on it that the aha moments are just beginning and that this too shall build up. I think they building up their snowball into a bigger, bigger, bigger situation. They have to. Sierra Bay, they have to. In order to prove the racketeer influence and criminal organization, there have to be some more aha moments here, baby. They could not have charged him without having more to go off of to make it do what it do. I think Sierra Bay, when they raided that house, they got the things that they needed to solidify putting a case against him. Because think about it, they didn't charge him before that raid happened. They didn't charge him before the raids happened, and they got them evidences. They probably got video footage of different things. Probably not only freak offs, but maybe some extortion and or threats and or maybe some paws getting put on people, male or female or whatever the case may be. They probably gonna show people. inebriated out of their minds, getting taken advantage of. I'm just saying allegedly, 'cause they say allegedly this man held and kept video footage of all his freak offs and all the things that took place. So we might not get to see that footage, or maybe sometime it will get leaked. Who knows? But if there's any instances where lifeless or drunk or high out of their mind bodies have been violated, and or you hear people saying no, stop it, or this, that, and the third, oh, he's up shit's creek. If by chance them 1,000 bottles of baby oil on the wall, 1,000 bottles of baby oil are laced with anything, GHB or anything else, that's his ass. That's his ass. Then you gotta hit the side of the drug trafficking, the procuring of drugs to give away and or whatever the case may be at these parties or whatever the case may be. And if he got that many bottles of body, or just imagine how much drugs he was getting, those are felonies in most cases too, in a lot of cases too. And if it was cross state lines, that's enough to be federal. And if he's using his money, his power, his company, his influence to get people to procure the drugs and bring them from state to state or place to place, whether they wanted to do it or not, is collusion. It's a coordinated effort. It's a racketeer influence and criminal organization situation. You hear me? But what is he really arrested for? Being a baby oil freak and DV? No, he's arrested. He's arrested. He's arrested for the RICO charge as well as a couple other charges, Keisha Hall. And again, I think I said it on the last episode. The fact that people saying, okay, who else has been charged? Because I said too, but there have to either have been or are people that are charged in this case. Now they might have chose to make these people like give them immunity or use them as confidential informants or CIs or whatever the case may be against Diddy in exchange for either in a reduced sentence, a prolonged prosecution, or exoneration by way of immunity. Uh, to testify against that man because again, to make this a RICO act, you gotta think about the drivers, you gotta think about the bodyguards, you gotta think about people at certain establishments and hotels and places, you gotta think about law enforcement that covered a lot of this shit up. You gotta think about the participants, you gotta think about the drug mule that they not charging, the drug mule himself that got caught getting on Diddy's plane at his behest not getting charged at all, but had drugs, allegedly. Make that make sense. And it's gonna be artists. It's probably I'm telling you, it's other people that's involved with this that make this thing a Rico. You hear me? Favor Danny, Grand Rising. Hey, hey. Don't all celebrities bring drugs in out of state? No, not all Terry Murray. And just because they do it don't make it right nor legal. It don't damn sure it don't make it right, and it damn sure in most cases ain't legal depending on the drugs. It ain't legal at all. Man, they need a free Diddy if we think about it. He was just nah, no, no, no. Hold up. You said they need to free him because he's an okay, take out the horny word, Keisha Hall. Him being abusive man is okay? Keisha Hall, you saying him being an abusive man is okay? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. She said, "Until I hear more." I think more is coming. I think more is coming, Keisha Hall. Creole Cupcakes, she's in the building. Connie Baptiste said, Diddy is done. Red face, whoa. We talking about a little bit of everything. Right now, I'm breezing past the Diddy topic, Creole, just breezing past it. I'm not sticking and staying on it too much. I'm talking about it because they were paying homeless people and some other people to wear free Diddy shirts outside of the court building to make it seem like he got fans and supporters out there supporting getting him up out of jail. Phil sound like you working with the feds. Polo Dolo, nah, never that. I'm speaking from a contextual and assumptive point of view. of what if they have these certain things of evidence, then it's a wrap for that man. Hey, LGL. Hey, B Love. Hey, hey. Yeah, no. I could never work with them folks, Polo Dolo. But at the end of the day, we got to stop making excuses for people that do shit like that, that victimize our people in such capacity. 'Cause that's crazy. That's crazy. We talking about car bombings, and Kid Cudi wasn't the only car that got bombed, allegedly. We talking about people getting hung off balconies. Remember on Five Harpies, you know how Big Red had the Bama off the balcony? We talking about people allegedly coming up missing from some of these situations. You're talking about people allegedly being R-worded, sexually assaulted. We talking about men and women, not just women, but men and women. We're talking about a man with money and some power who had allegedly law enforcement on his payroll, local, state, and federal. We're talking about an individual who should have known better, who should have known better, who should have stopped his bullshittery a long time ago. Maybe he would have been okay. Phil and Sugar Tapes coming out soon. Never. Yeah, the homeless folk not being abusive is not okay, but he's not the first or the last. He just needs therapy. Oh my God. He was getting bricks of pink cocaine and nobody seemed to have an issue till Diddy started writing checks. Then it was open season. Could be. Hey, Simply Nate, you done came around the way. Hey, Steph, how you doing, darling? I'm just saying, yeah, definitely terrible. Definitely terrible. It's time for Diddy to answer to all his transgressions. Talina, talk about it. Talk about it. What he did to Kim Porter. Exactly. Exactly. The allegations of what people say happened and assume to have happened to Kim Porter in her untimely death or unaliving. The steps that were had to close that out and sweep some things under the rug. Medical examiners showing up before the police show up, like all these things, right? All the it's a lot. So that's what I'm saying. If y'all think that the aha moments have stopped because Cassie is off the stand, you got another thing coming. The feds move a little bit differently to that. Even when they're in a mistake, the feds move a little bit different than that. And they probably at the behest of somebody, because people say they offered him a plea deal, they must don't have nothing. Maybe at the behest of somebody that felt sympathy for this man said, why don't we offer him a plea? It gets the conviction, and he could take accountability for something that he did. Maybe not all things that he did, something that he did. He denied doing that. Now he has to lace him up and he has to rumble. He has to rumble the full situation in court. That's what I'm saying. Right, Simply Nate. That's what I'm trying to tell him. That was only the beginning phase of testimonies. I think the best is yet to come. I think the bombshells are yet to come. A lot of people are stuck on the Cassie situation and all the so-called bombshells of that, and they're like, "Well, she was complicit with a lot of things." Yeah, it's true. But even in a RICO, this is what y'all not getting right. If she was complicit all the way through, if she was complicit all the way through, she was coerced, forced, or whatever the case may be at any time. If the government wants him more than they would want her for her actions, they will offer her a deal in exchange for her testimony or use her as a confidential informant for either deferred sentence, deferred prosecution, or anything else to get her testimony against that man. And I think I gave y'all example either on my last show or on Spaces or whatever the case may be. With the case of Alberto Martinez and Wayne Perry, of course, Alpo was a killer. Of course, he was a drug dealer. Of course, they wanted him, and that's why he did still do time. But they wanted Wayne Perry more. They wanted Wayne Perry more because Wayne Perry was beating bodies. He was beating the case. He beating the feds and the DC government on cases and stuff like that. So they were frothing at the mouth for Wayne Perry. So they used somebody like Alpo, who was very much guilty in all the things that he did, from murder down to drug dealing and all these things. They used him, allowed him to get a deal that got him out of jail because he should have never saw the light of day even for his actions. But they used him to see the light of and gave him a deal because they wanted Wayne Perry that much more. Don't let that go over your head. That's right, Simone. It's definitely building. The recording that was played from Prince was deep. What recording they played from Prince? I honestly think that Kim Porter was talking to the feds and Cassie was on her side. Could be. Could be. That's why I'm wondering if Albie Shore is gonna actually testify in this case. Again, RIP to his moms. I wonder if he's gonna testify in this case because allegedly there's text messages and things that between Kim and him that shake the game up. But we gonna see. And even the way that Andre Harrell passed, they say there's a lot of questions as to how Andre Harrell passed. Heavy D, God bless the dead. They said there's a lot of questions as to how he all of a sudden caught this strange illness that killed him or unalived him uh, after coming from somewhere, or whatever the case may be. But we'll never know unless they got proof on certain things. Who knows? Who knows? Who know if Kamora Lee Simmons is going to testify? Kamora Lee Simmons. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Stop the presses. Stop the press. We don't know if Kamora Lee Simmons is going to testify because her and Kim Porter were like that. And allegedly, Kamora Lee Simmons is thought to have had or have her official manuscript or rough draft of Kim Porter's manuscript of the book she was writing. Because remember when Kamora Lee spoke about it after Kim Porter's passing, all of a sudden her house got burnt down. All of a sudden her house caught fire. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? So she might even be one of these witnesses. You never know. You never know. And part of a RICO, violence is usually associated with a RICO in some capacity, whether it's unaliving or bodily harm or brutalities or things of that nature are usually tied into a RICO. So listen, we gonna see. Somebody they said he did that shiggity. Once I heard he had another man's rubbed on his chest, I said he was capable of anything. Hey, Nate, that part. He's a second minute one of the man. Kamora definitely looks like she had Terry Murray. That's crazy. If she testifies, she should tell upon. Yeah, yeah. Kamora is supposedly Kim's best friend. That's a fact. B Love, that's a fact. Yes, Kimora is a savage. She said to the press that she was murdered. Definitely did. Definitely did. Make sure you talk about the handcuff house coming up before the end of the show, Philip. Promo. We hear, we see everything. Big covers. Timothy, shut your ass up, Timothy. Tell me we see everything. And I got that. Don't read mine out loud. It's too late. Too late. Too late, Timothy. Kamora Lee is a weirdo as well. She was with the shits when married to listen. Listen, was she though? Was she really with the shits though, Vino? Because she did lead the Bama. She might have been a hoodwink, bamboozled, and led astray. And then this when she found out some things, I got to get far away from that man and left him. Who knows? Who knows? That's true though, Peepskate. Russell did get with her when she was young. That's a fact. I'ma say it like this though. Whatever will be, will be. No matter what side of the table we sit on, no matter how much we think he innocent, no matter how much we think he guilty, what will be, will be. What will be, will be. Anyway, moving on with the moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on with the moving on. Da, 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 da. Where did I leave off at? Okay. I was gonna mention it later, but for those that don't know, I do content as a part of FD and Flip the Network, and there's a house coming up, Indianapolis, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what they want to call it. Cuff the content. I don't know what the hell they gonna call it, but individuals in that house have to be cuffed to a partner the whole time they're there and create and do content. It's gonna be different. A couple of the castmates or ICs as they call them, independent contractors, will be on a journey, a personal journey with Queens Flip, who heads up Flip the Network, on a journey to reconnect with their fathers. That's going to be probably a heavy situation, a heavy some heavy content or whatever for each of them ladies as well as the viewers, or whatever the case may be. We don't know the states of what their where of that their fathers are in and what they've been up to and how they feel about this said surprise reunions, that are going to take place. But in that house, people like myself and other individuals will be handcuffed to other individuals, and there will be shenanigans and things. Shenanigans and things. If you don't know, you better get your Patreon, patreon.com/flip the network. You hear me? Listen, someone gonna get smacked again. Phil, you got with what? That's a lie, Timothy. Uh, don't put that on me. All my children's mothers was of age, proper age. You hear me? Shit. I ain't never dipped low like that for no damn, you know what I'm saying? Nah, baby. Solving daddy issues as peace. What's right up my alley, B Love? What's right up my alley? Talking about being handcuffed to somebody, B Love, love, what? Listen, hey, B Love, only if it's somebody that you want to be handcuffed to, B Love. Only if it's somebody you want to be handcuffed to. You feel me? If it's just somebody either that you don't get along with or somebody you like don't want to be handcuffed, that's not a pleasant thing. Sugar and Phil getting cuffed in bed together again. That's a lie. That's a lie. Y'all are bugged out. Old people need to rethink their actions. It's getting kind of old. Is that you, COE? Let me find out. Talking about I got the I got the topic popping. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to put the link out to come up, and if you want to be a guest co-host for the day and put your ones and twos in on any of the topics that we discuss, or if you want to even ask your boy a question or two, I'm gonna have that link out for you. But prior to me doing that, y'all know I got a segment called This Bama Here. This Bama Here is to highlight Bama assness at its finest, bullshiggery at its finest, people and things, not just men, but women that do some Bama ass shiggity, huh? Hey, Miss A. Cruz, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Listen, good morning, Sabrina C. Hey, hey. You say I'm the new co-host permanently is brazy. But in this situation, this broad, I call her broad, ladies, don't be mad at me, but this broad, her husband passes. She don't go to his funeral, she go on a vacation. Y'all need to listen to this. And even if this is not a real thing, stuff like this does unfortunately happen. But the look on her face very much says this is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all pay attention. This Bama here. What? This Bama here.
Today it is my husband's funeral, which unfortunately I cannot make because obviously I am busy here in Tunisia. I would have loved to have gone. We were together for 17 years. Unfortunately for me, he did decide to die on the week I had planned to come on holiday. So I did make the decision not to go because, I need a holiday at the end of the day, and my holiday is way more important than sitting in a church watching people cry. I would love to give him a good send-off, so I'm going to get absolutely drunk tonight with my new with this new guy that I met. I'm going to raise a glass for you, Jeremy, because you were an amazing husband, very rich. I can't wait to do the will reading when I'm home. I have made sure I'm going to be home in time to do the will reading because I would not miss that for the world, because obviously I am due to get a lot of money. And that's a very, very important thing to me. So I hope you have a good funeral stay, Jeremy. Love you. All good things have to come to an end.
That Bama ass broad, damn boy is wicked. Wicked. Whoo. Be careful who you align yourself with, Jack. Be careful who you loving. Excuse me, who you fall in love with, who you get married to, because your ass might end up with a man or a woman just like that. You see how she almost slipped up? She said, "With I mean, with the man that I'm having a drink with." Oh man, it's bad out here. Yeah, that's right. We love. She ain't love that man. Rashad Houston, home team, salute. And he said, "Damn, look, B Love about to shed a tear. That's sad." She had it with him when he was alive. Man, wow, it's sad out here. That ain't no man. Listen. The will reading is important, but not send him off. Yeah, man. Peep Scheme said that Karen is bugged out, red face, unbelievable. Listen, I'm just saying, be careful of whom you fall in love with. Be careful of who you align yourself, your soul, and your passions with, because you might get hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led all the hell away astray. You hear me? Listen, listen. It don't make sense. It's like, well, we living in a day and time where a lot of things don't make sense. But that Bama ass broad, damn ladies, I'm sorry, but I think y'all gonna have to agree with me on this one. That lady, that Karen right there, is a Bama ass broad. And I hope by chance this man had a secret will and wrote her out of everything. I hope that he wrote her out of everything. She didn't go to the funeral, but she took that ass on vacation with a little boo boo bun thing or whatever. Boy, Charlie Hustle said he gonna haunt the shiggity out of her. She could have easily handled the final arrangements, then lived her best life. Factual. That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, she was on vacation with a side piece. You guys are bugging. Side pieces are winning today. That's how you know this world is going to hell in the gasoline back. Hey, be love. Yeah. I got you. Hold on, Terry. I got you. Let me line the page up or whatever. Do, 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 baby. Almost got you ready. Okay, that should be good enough. Terry, what's good, my brother?
What's goody like the mob? How you
What's
doing, brother?
goody like the mob? Everything is everything, my brother.
God bless to everybody here. Good morning, gang. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Good morning. How do you feel about some of the things you saw just thus far?
Is I want to first say, man, like one, I'm not camera ready, so it was just
The fact that you here is camera ready. It don't matter.
just big shouts out to you and what you're doing for us, giving us something to do. Every morning is very important.
I thank
Um,
you for that.
I just I think it's sad, like the last thing you brought up with the lady saying like reading the will. It's crazy how like we just like you're a little bit older than me. We didn't have cell phones coming up, you know what I mean? So not every part of our day was needed to be documented. There's just certain things I'm thinking is like an inside thought. Even if this is like what she thought, there's no need to broadcast this for the whole world to know that this is what's going on in your mental.
You right. You right. Could you imagine though? You align yourself with somebody that you in love with, and you like, I'm gonna love this woman regardless till death do us part, and she take her Bama ass to on an island, getting drinks with some Bama instead of coming to your funeral and then talking about I can't wait for the damn will reading. I'm looking to. He had a lot of money, and I'm looking to receive it, and all these. Oh man, you got to be careful. Bama ass. Who for art thou?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's goody like the mob? Who is this?
This Bama ass, man. This Bama ass, man.
Okay, what's up with your Bama ass? What would you like to contribute to this conversation?
Hey, man. I just want to know, y'all talking about my wife now.
Well, if that was your wife, you would be in the casket right about now, Bama
Hey, that was all a joke now, brother. I knew y'all was going to talk about my wife this morning.
ass.
Yeah, my baby right here now. Hey, guess what? And guess what now?
Who's that?
We got that insurance money.
Get your Bama ass up off here, Bama. Shout out to Bama ass. That was some Bama ass shit too, Bama.
That's crazy.
Right. Hey, what the hell is going on? I'm talking about people do anything to go viral. I can't believe that's real. Man, listen, the internet is bugged out.
Like
Monique
that,
Ruffin, hey, hey.
like the Shador Sanders prank. Like I didn't know that the kid put himself on video to do the
Filmed
prank.
it.
Yeah, like I just thought like they heard it in the rumor mill. When I saw he actually put that up as like a TikTok, I'm like,
Stupid is as stupid does, but it tells you the society we live in these days.
and people think they don't have consequences to this. They think this is just we're gonna like. I think it's like we grew up. Let me go to school. Let me get a good job. Let me like get educated, and then that's the American dream. Now the American dream is let me get noticed. Let somebody see what I'm doing, and that's how I'll get paid, and that's how I'll create the. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because you can't do things that you're doing with the expectation of monetary compensation up front. You got to do it because it's something you love and it's needed for the community, in my opinion, anyway.
That's true. That's true. And again, if the validity, because she's a hell of an actress, because she didn't give no sign of it being a prank or a joke or whatever. Face didn't cut, didn't crack a smile. Face looked hella weathered
Right.
and beat up, if you ask me. But if that be true,
She was on the beach, Phil.
yeah, exactly. She's a sick and sadistic. She's a sick and sadistic woman. If that, but it be men and women that do it. This is the age of men and women that do it, and unfortunately, who do we to blame but ourselves if we align ourselves with someone of such caliber, whatever. But we don't know. Again, somebody said we don't know how he treated her before he passed, or whatever the case may be, or the flip side.
Clearly, she was still there, so he couldn't have treated her that bad.
Might have known he was leaving soon. Who knows? She might have helped him move on to the afterlife. We don't know. We don't know the backstory. But if you ask me, the Bible said, "Let the dead bury the dead." Lord have mercy. Monique Ruffin, damn ass, damn ass. Did you see? Did you see
Absolutely.
the thing about the Diddy shirts?
The yeah,
That they've been
you
able to
know what?
pay you $20 an hour to stand out there with free Diddy shirts.
You know what's so funny? They did that when fracking was a big thing about drilling in Alaska and like all these other places. Like they had people that they were paying to like, and they would tell them, "Don't tell anyone you got paid for this." Don't tell like if any lobbyists ask you questions, don't answer them. So this is like it's not a new tactic that they're doing. It's just
And
is
you're absolutely right because I've seen it done, in times past or whatever. It's just amazing because now we're in the age of technology and everybody and their mama got a phone and people are always filming or whatever. You don't usually get that side of it or whatever the corresponding is. Did she just try to pay me? Da, da, da. You don't usually hear that part of it. So I think that makes it more intriguing. And it looked like it was only maybe 8, 9, 10, 11
I
people
was
that
gonna
had
say
it.
there's only a few of them.
Yeah,
None of them had like any like signs or posts. They were just kind of sitting around. Just
trying to look like they're
Just
a united front. And they probably stand up there like, man, I'm gonna eat good today. I'm gonna have me some sandwiches,
you
a
could
little
go hold the
drinky drink.
sign. You can go hold a sign for a jewelry store if you need your little $15, $20 a
Go get
day.
one of them twirl signs like
Yeah, spend that joint. Like, there's better ways of doing it because it's the burden of proof is on the prosecution, right? So they're gonna have to. That's my only pushback on this is that it's a lot of it is conjecture and speculation right now. So there's a lot of things we've been hearing about Diddy. I just find it funny, like you sent Homeland. That's not like that's for terrorists. Like that's like
I said it Friday, and I've said it online other places before. It's rumored that he allegedly had state, local, and federal law enforcement on his payroll.
mm,
So where you would normally send the FBI, U.S. Marshals, DEA, and/or ATF in, if that man got somebody in any of those agencies on his payroll, you got to go outside of that, and that's
right.
the only thing that I can see justifying Homeland Security showing up at his door, along with the fact that they're trying to say that not only nationally but internationally these freak offs and things took place or whatever, and the flying ins and flying out of people, whatever. But I think more important, I think more importantly, it was the fact that allegedly he had law enforcement on his payroll or whatever, because you have to go outside of them because they gonna give the
Yeah.
heads up. They gonna hey, your joint gonna get raided. If I was you, make sure you get that cleaned up or da da da, or whatever. So it's a rock and a hard place. Keisha Hall said, "Why was Lauren London brought up in the Diddy case? She was named in it. I didn't hear what for. I don't know what for as of yet either, Keisha Hall. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't know if she was part of a freak off, if she was a victim of some abuse, if she was attempted to be coerced in a certain. I don't know nothing about nothing when it comes to Lauren London. As far as I say, leave my little pretty new alone
No,
until we
no,
find out
no,
anything
no.
else. You hear me? Until we find out otherwise. Des and D, super part of that HR team in the building, huh? Yeah, but this is the case of the century, and a lot of people are stuck and fascinated or fixated on the Cassie aspect. And like I said, there's a reason they put her on first. A lot of people thinking like, oh, this is the bulk of their evidence. Cassie, is this their star evidence? They wouldn't have put her on so early if that was what it
Right.
was. So they got her on there because they knew it was going to be some scrutiny. They knew it was going to be some mixed feelings, but they land some ground level foundational things with her, and then they got her out the way, and they're gonna build it up. And they got Dawn, who allegedly has not been said to been a part of freak offs, but have witnessed certain things and or
Hmm.
been whose career has been affected by his actions or whatever, which would lead to racketeer influence and criminal organization if he threatened her or used certain things against her and held her
Right.
career back. So I just think we gotta take our time. We got because it ain't the case ain't ending this week, and
No, if
they,
any, yeah, if
and
anyone's been in the system, they know it takes a while for
oh
anything
yeah,
to get
especially a
done.
case of this magnitude, it ain't gonna be
Yeah.
no 1 2 week trial. Not
Hmm.
at least bit or whatever. What else I
They
talked about today? What about the plantation, my brother? Burn,
burn it
baby,
down,
burn.
burn it down, burn it
Burn it
all
all the
down,
way to hell
burn
down.
it all down. This is the thing is that people don't realize that this country was made off the backs of black and brown people.
That's a fact.
This is free labor that we've given this country, and we still haven't had a reparation talk. We still haven't had a talk about at the very least, it should be free education for all black and brown people. We're
Mm.
we're at 14% of the population black people,
Mm.
brown people 20 maybe somewhere in that range.
Mm.
So it's not even affecting 50% of your nation. Like at this point, it's like and we still in debt, which is the craziest part. If you really think about how this country is ran, and I kind of wanted to talk about the tariffs a little bit, but it's not a subject you covered. It's the reason whenever they have to raise the price of something,
Mhm.
like if you're a weed guy or whoever raises the price of something, it's probably because he don't got it. He don't got the money that you think he has. and things have to be raised to a certain influx. So they already started off this country with the head start. You started off with the head start, and still there's sharecroppers to this day. If you go to
Yeah,
like Thompsonville, Georgia, if you go to like
yeah,
certain places, you still have a lot of people doing sharecropping.
that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what's crazy where I lived at? I dropped somebody off at this hotel, and next to it is like this field right next to it or whatever, behind another business. And I
Mm.
happened to look over and saw some white shit, and I got closer and looked. I said, "I be damn." I guess it was an ex cotton field because it was cotton right there. And I'm not like in the deep south nowhere or whatever, but I said, my God, I was like, It just kind of brung it home for me. A lot of times you think deep south when you think some of these things or whatever the case may be, but I stay in Virginia about 20 something miles out, 30 miles outside of DC or whatever.
Hmm.
It lets you know that around here and a little bit further north, some things were going on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Involving slavery and slave labor and et cetera, et cetera. But when I saw that too, and it was like it was overrun, so nobody's taking care of it. But I saw the cotton because it had cotton buds or whatever on the plant. I said, "Look at this shit here. Look at this shit."
Charlottesville, Virginia, they still got the KKK out there.
That's a fact.
They
That's
in
a fact.
khaki shorts right now, but still, it's like like
Bring their ass to DC and see what happens. And see, they come every now and again, but they give fake information about where they gonna be at. They don't
yeah,
tell the people because they know the people gonna show up and show the hell out. The excuse me, the powers that be in DC, they do not tell you the route that they taking because people will show up and act out. I don't care how gentrified DC is. DC still about that action, and
yeah.
it will be
DMV
a
is for real.
problem. Da-da-da-da.
It's just
Walmart has already said that they will raise prices due to tariffs, and Trump put them on blast. Said they better not raise price. But at the end of the day, that because that's a whole nother animal. I might do that on Wednesday. I'm
yeah,
I'm gonna tackle the tariffs, so come back on Wednesday for that because that's a whole nother animal.
because it's a deep thing to talk about, and I don't think
Yeah,
people understand
all
how that's
all.
really going to affect them.
Oh yeah, in more ways than one. From the simplest things they take for granted down to if you have a business and you procure items from certain areas and certain countries. Oh, it's gonna be an effect, and then
Mm,
the end consumer definitely or whatever. But yeah, the situation with the plantation, like you said, there are no talks of reparation in 2025. We need to stop looking for it because it ain't gonna happen.
yeah,
One, but I say let them ancestors rise from their graves spiritually and wreak havoc, burn it
take back
down,
what we should.
burn it the hell down, and or do what some people are doing, like Tyler Perry and some others, where they're buying the land of these plantations and turning it into other things, and or taking it back, so to speak. Even though they're paying for it, they're taking it back and kind of spitting in the face of those that had it at a time or whatever by being black and being able to own the property
Mm.
and make something productive out of it or whatever the case may be.
'Cause
Da, da, da.
unpopular opinion, I think we should all learn some form of farming or some form of agriculture because
Yeah.
it's if you think this infrastructure that's TikTok and everything else that's been created is going to last, nothing lasts forever. So it's you got to be able to know how to feed yourself. And I think there's all constructive ways to do certain things.
No, this is not a toaster, Des. I'm a businessman. This is a thermal printer, a box for a thermal printer that's sitting on top of a heat press. Actually, that's on. He said, "Is that a toaster?"
We're doing big things. We're doing big things.
I'm making it do what it do.
Hey, man, we all a part of your journey, bro. Definitely happy to be here to support it and
I
see it come to
appreciate
fruition.
that. Have you been to California ever?
I've been to Cali.
Have you been there recently?
I was there 2022.
Okay, so not as recent enough to when as Marathon Burger has arrived. I don't know if you were in here when I talked about that, but there's seeming to be racial profiling and harassing people that come from places like Compton, uh,
Mm.
Inglewood, Watts, LA in general, to come to that part of LA, to Melrose, to where the Marathon Burgers is located. And they're stopping people and harassing them for minor traffic violations, like detaining them and searching and all these things. It's almost like they're trying to deter them from coming
Yeah.
over there to support that business. How do you feel about that?
Well, is you gotta. It sounds like it's not gonna make sense, but you gotta think about the fentanyl epidemic and what's going
Hmm.
on right now,
Hmm.
and that has a lot to do with what's going on. Because not saying that any of these gentlemen are a part of that, but they're just, cops, like, they're not as smart as people like to think they are. So they just go into places to where they're like, where do we think gang activity might be? At the same time, it's like they know Marathon, Nipsey Hussle was about doing the right thing. So it's kind of two birds with one stone. If we can go disrupt a community where they're doing something we know is potentially positive, or potentially there's a couple of knuckleheads that might be hanging out there, let's
Mm.
see what information we can get. I know a lot of people that the reason I brought up fentanyl is that it's giving them a license to do this stuff because they can always say, "Oh, well, we're looking for this, we're looking for that. We got a tip that this might be going down." So they always need some reason to go overboard. Not that they really need a reason, but something on paper.
Yeah, and also the fact that in some places they just don't want us. And the fact that he's able to open a burger shop, a restaurant, or a fast food place over on Melrose where you got affluent shops and places and things.
Mm,
They really don't want us over there shopping, let alone over there to support the burger shop of a man who's purportedly either directly affiliated and tied to, or that his brother was tied to one of the most notorious uh gangs in LA or whatever. So I see it as them trying to make a statement and trying to affect the success of the place by dealing with the people that's going to more so support the business or whatever the case may be. And it's
mm,
a very unfortunate thing. It's a very unfortunate thing. It's just like Black Sam has been a real good businessman, a real good smart brother who has tried to distance himself from street activities to do legal business or whatever the case may be. And instead of that being supported by others, sometimes is looked down upon, like they want to keep you in that box where you were or whatever. They might have knew him as a drug dealer at one time, or somebody
mm-hmm.
that sold bootleg, this, that, and the third at one time or whatever. But they only want to see that and keep him there. Like, oh, where'd he get the money to get this, and how did he get the money for that? And no, he don't got the right. He's still that individual. Sometimes you got to let those old thoughts of people go, and let them be who they need to be or whatever the case may be. And the police need to back and let that man breathe or whatever and do what he want to do. LGO said the police profiling has been enhanced by a racist president who signed an executive order to police without
That
punishment. That's
part
a
too.
fact.
That's a fact.
Love
That's a hundred
Ariel
percent a
said, "I
fact.
like his response. Simply put, what the cops are doing is it's to be expected, and that's very true." Love Ariel. Hey, Love Ariel. Very true, but still a sad thing that in 2025 they on that bullshit or whatever the case.
Well, like gangs were originally like weren't violent originally. They were just
At a point, they were
at a
community
like early
community.
on,
Yeah,
because
community.
Crips is California Republican Independent Party, so it's just
What? You said
California.
Crips meant what?
This is the acronyms. Crips is an acronym.
For and what
Cal.
was the acronym you said?
I might have messed it up, so all my partners, I apologize. But California Republican Independent Party.
That's a lie. That was not the original.
I'm saying, this is what I heard. I could be wrong. You can fill
and,
me in
and
if you
and
know,
it's
Uncle
not
Phil.
and it's not and it was still a community organization in thought, but it definitely didn't have nothing to do with Republican in the tag of the name, whatever it
Not
didn't.
Republican like Republican, but you know what I mean.
Hold on, let me look it up. So I used to go say it off the top, but let me
Well,
see.
no, I only say that to say like it was supposed to be to build up the community and to help us from within. So they've always had an issue with us trying to fix what we have. Like they give us the pieces to something, and we try to put it together. And that's always kind of how we've been.
See if I
I know I got like a couple. I know I got California right though. The California right is right in that. And the independent part, I think we just tripping on the R. I think we just tripping on what the R
Nah,
is.
Jack. I think you was wrong. Hold on.
Bama, what's goody like the mob?
Word.
And if anyone in the comments knows, help us out.
Mr. Power was good. Whose shirt is nice? LGL. Does he live in Cali? Nah, he doesn't live in Cali.
I live in Florida. Born and raised in Atlanta, but I live in Florida right now.
Hold on. I got to bring you in before you speak. Definitely way off Creole. He messed me up with that when he said that. I was like, no.
I'm
Shout out
willing
to
to be
him. Shout
corrected.
out to him. Shout out to him. Hold on, let me. Oh no, he already up there. Welcome back, Batman. What you got to say, Batman?
Hey man, what the
Hey
fuck
man,
this
say
nigga just
man.
said, man? He just said some bam ass shit, man. What the fuck going on, man? What the fuck that shit stand for, cuz?
Okay, I'm gonna say what was told to me. Again, this is what was told to me.
And I want to know who the fuck told you that too, man. They
It's
going up on the hey Phil. They going up on the show tomorrow. Pay attention to this shit, man. This some bam ass shit.
uh-oh. I got caught for Bama the other day. Uh-oh.
Oh shit. Batman, get your ass up out of here yet again, why?
No, don't do me like that. Phil.
He said, Phil.
Yo.
Shout out to Batman. Right. He got to
No, I
stop.
just wanted to tap in. Y'all be good out there. I appreciate y'all.
It's
Always
the
watching.
community reform in progress. Yeah, that's it right there. Hey,
Community, that was way I was way
way
off.
off, yeah.
Way
Then said you
off.
have a nice shirt on. You have a lunch date. Nah, I ain't got no lunch date, be love. You know, it's just me, myself, and I. All I got in the end. And after seeing that damn video from this Bama here segment, listen, it proves why I'm taking my time, you know what I'm saying, aligning myself with a beautiful bun. Because they might be trying to get my manyan. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, GMLG, what's good?
No, that
Yeah,
was wild.
I do know they was inspired by the Black Panther movements. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And the Black Panthers was the first group to actually get the Bloods and Crips to sit down in the same room and have conversations too, back in the days too.
I just think that they're always against us when we were trying to come together.
Oh yeah.
Especially when we're trying to legitimize things that like that they've used to disparage us, and we
Oh
try to
yeah.
legitimize it. Because even if you have there's rules that come with the drug game, or there's supposed to be rules that come with the drug game. I should say that.
Somebody wanted me to ask you the random question. Ask him, do he like crispy, crunchy chicken?
And do,
He
and
said,
do.
and do is crazy. There's a certain
With the K, it got to be
individual
with the K
with,
though.
huh?
It
With the
got to be
K, yeah,
spelled with the
crispy
K.
crunchy with the K. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's probably the best gas station chicken you're gonna find.
That's what he said. He's about you work with another individual that we know that worked at a gas station at one of them locations or whatever. But people just trolling. They trolling. Don't pay it no damn mind. Don't pay it no damn mind. Before you go, what do you think about the Tory Lanez situation? Or have you been
You know,
keeping up
it's
on
so.
that?
It's always I find it funny. There's always this, or lately it feels like there's been this gender war thing, men versus women, where there's just stories that come out that kind of tend to pit us against each other. because I remember like going back to the early stages. This was like she was on Gail. You had Megan Thee Stallion on Gail King. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like over this incident. So it kind of shaped the entire culture for a little while. I think too many times we're quick to just blame people and not read anything more than just a headline.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's important to like make sure if you're gonna punish somebody for that. I mean, because Tory Lanez was dope. He's and it still is a really dope artist.
That's a fact.
And more than that, like this is another human being. So before we send him away for 10 years, let's make sure we hear everything and not withhold evidence, not withhold information. So I'm not here to say if he's right or wrong. I'm not a judge, but it does seem weird that there was just so much that the case itself seems so just not like a normal case. Like so many
Mm-hmm.
things that just people getting immunity before they get on this. I mean, it was a very weird case. And then now, as soon as some information comes up, I think you were talking about WAC 100 had said something about it or spoke on it,
Yeah, yeah.
and
That he had been was saying, that he didn't shoot the girl and things of that nature. And it's interesting to me that if they had evidence that precluded him of touching that gun, and they say that there's been some cover up on some of the evidence or whatever, right? But if it's proven that his fingerprints, his DNA was not on the gun, not on the clip, not on the bullets, or whatever, and he had no GSR, then there would be no reason why he should have been found guilty. But I said I do think that he was found guilty because he contacted her with an apology, right? And I think people misconstrued that apology as a sign
right.
of guilt for the shooting, as opposed to maybe him feeling guilty for the cheating and the whole what you call it. Get the hell out of here.
Shouts out to Milfy.
That was not Milfy.
That was a Milfy. Oh my bad.
Hell no.
Y'all a fool.
She
Y'all
went on
fool
the
this
stand
morning.
and said he did. Is that what they're saying? Not only that she said he did, but also he had made an apology. Like he called her or left a message of an apology, and I think some people took that as a sign of guilt.
The
Being
admission of guilt.
Yeah, and then the driver or whatever that was there came up missing. He was the witness that was needed to either
Yeah,
say he did it or didn't do it, and he came up missing. And after Tory Lanez got convicted, he all of a sudden came back around or came back from wherever he was and said that Tory Lanez
that
was the
sounds like he
murderer.
got a bad. And it's a lot of stuff. Just sounds
Mhm.
real like screwy because I remember that like there was no real concrete evidence against him. Then the star witness goes away. Now all of a sudden the star witness comes back, and now we're trying to reopen the case.
They even in the Diddy case, they said there's a witness that's missing that they can't find is in the wind at the moment or whatever the case may be. So we'll see about that. But I just feel like okay, if it comes out that he was definitely innocent, that he should be released immediately. He should be recompensed not only because he was stabbed, but for that too, but for being wrongfully convicted. Three, there should be something done to old girl who did it, and or if Megan knew it wasn't him, because in the moment she may or may not have known. Let's give her benefit of the doubt. But if she knew and purposely lied on Tory, then she should be held accountable too. I don't know what the hell these Bama's is on this morning. This is
Yo,
not. This is not
it's
that.
just Monday, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
this is
just Monday.
not
We got a
that.
whole week to go.
I don't know.
We
I
got a
don't think people out here could hear what we heard or whatever. But
Yeah, there's a whole week to go, y'all. Let's just relax. But it's yeah, I just find that, and then it's like we talk about like industry plants. Not to say Megan's an industry plant, but it just seemed like there was a whole lot of money behind her when she first came out,
oh yeah, oh yeah,
and so it to me
still
it
is.
seems yeah, and it seems like there's a vested interest in her, like so when you kind of have a machine behind you, I doubt they want it to. I doubt they want her to be seen in a light to where she has anything to do with this other than a victim role.
Mm.
Because now, like before, it's thick women empowerment. Now she's doing Planet Fitness commercials. So to me, that's like there's someone behind you getting you out there and getting you these gigs. And I think that machine probably do as much. Like I don't think they want Tory to get out because I mean you know how these artists are. As soon as he get out, he gonna have something to say.
True. Vino Diva said you guys are very anti-woman over some goofy rap dude. No,
No, not at all.
Vino Diva, that's asinine that you would say that. One, because if he did that, he need to be where he's at and then some. He need to be dealt with. However, if what a lot of people thought to be shaky comes to reality and he did not shoot that girl, why should he be doing 10 years for something he didn't do? One. Two, um, if by chance she knew that the other girl did it and said he did it, she makes it bad for women that are actually abused by men on a
Yeah.
daily basis or whatever. People you can't have it both ways, right? Where you champion victims, right? But then you also give scapegoats for those that lie on men and women when it comes to abuse allegations, R word allegations, et cetera, sexual assault allegations. You cannot you cannot have it both ways. If a person is guilty of something, get their ass up out of here. If they did
Yeah.
that, get them up out of here. But if they are innocent and somebody's railroading them or putting a jacket on them or putting charges on them that they didn't deserve, it's no way in hell that they should be held to account for that. The person that's putting those false allegations should be held to account for that. I don't care how beautiful the woman is. I don't care how popular she is. I don't care about none of that. If she's lying or lied about that man and caused all these subsequent things to happen, jail time and the stabbing, and some say, how you equating the stabbing to the jail time? Because he wouldn't have got stabbed if he wasn't there in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if these things are true, and I keep saying if his DNA is not on that gun, if his DNA is not on, get out of here, Bama. Somebody keep playing. If those things be true, then hell no, he should not be serving time. Even if he was a dog, even if he was a cheater, even if he was a philanderer, even if he had multiple women, that does not equate to him uh, assaulting that woman or deserving 10 years in jail. XYZ. You both are assuming, making an assumption of both. Okay, all right. Do not speak to me with that language, buddy. The asinine. That's not calling you an ass. It's asinine. Do your googles as to what that means. It's not
Do
calling
your
you an
Googles. Do your Googles. No, and I don't think anyone's saying that. It's just all about it's a person, it's a human thing. Nobody should have to spend time for anything they didn't do. And it doesn't
Exactly.
matter if you're a man or a woman or anything like that. It just I mentioned the gender wars because it does tend to stir that up. It does tend to bring, and it's on both sides. Men hurt women, women hurt men. But it seems like cases like this add a little bit extra for everybody, especially when they see, like what we got going on with the Diddy and Cassie thing. And to your point, that's what the picture is painted as, but it's much bigger than Cassie. If it was just this one girl, we
It
probably
wouldn't
wouldn't
even
be
be
hearing
there.
about
Case
this.
wouldn't even be there.
Yeah,
It
it's like
definitely wouldn't be there.
is a bigger play going on. And I think this is a bigger play that, hey, we've invested a lot of money into a particular artist. We can't have this artist looking any kind of way, which to me is, I'm always very intrigued about the timing of things. So it's like 1 minute you have this album, then the Tory stuff happens, then you get all these endorsements and not really as much music. And the music isn't doing so well. I'm talking about Megan at the moment. So that's money. When I say music, I'm talking about money or a product that's not going so well. So imagine something happened, and now the brand is suffering. That's a problem for hires up that be. So I think that's more of an issue. And Tory, for the most part, I think is independent. So you're independent going up against a major. It normally doesn't work out too well for the independent guys.
I'm just looking at a comment. Don't mind me.
Nah, I see.
But
It's all good.
at the
The
end of the
Bama's on it.
at the end of the day, if he did it, he deserves to be where he's at and everything that comes with that. But if he didn't deserve that, free that man. If he didn't do that, free that man. And for anybody that would stand behind bullshit just because of agenda is stupid. Anybody that knows me, I'm not for division amongst men and women anyway, because I think it's too
Hmm.
much of it. I think that we need to come together. We need each other now more than ever in more ways than we will admit to each other, men and women, or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. So I feel as though that we do need to get beyond the male versus female thing that's so prevalent on these internet streets. And at the end of the day, we need to speak up for things like that. If somebody's innocent of something and somebody accuses them of something, something should be done about that. You shouldn't stand with that. But however, if he is guilty, get him the fuck up out of here. Listen, you got any final words, brother Terry? Thank you for coming up here for today. But do you have any final words?
Hey
Uh,
man. Now, just want to say thank you so much for having me.
oh yeah, anytime, my brother.
Continue to do what you do, Uncle Phil. Like you're just hitting your stride. I know you've been doing this for a while, but you're just hitting your stride.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate that.
God's got a lot of places He wants to take you. Just stay
Mm,
faithful.
my man. I
All right,
appreciate
brother.
that,
Y'all
brother.
be safe.
Salute. What the hell are you? What that say? It's bad, man. It's somebody in the background. I'm not doing it. I ain't gonna bring you up. Hurry, huh? Oh, you are? All right, I see you. I see you the contract. I don't know if y'all can hear him talking, but somebody in the back talking about I'm the new co-host. He shout out to him. Understand this. He says so the girl got immunity, so she's not going to prison either way. They may as well let him out and just fine him for withholding info and not snitching. Now you might have a point for that, Notorious. If he, yeah, because the information that he texted Jason Lee, if he knowingly, if he knowingly took the case or whatever, then he's stupid for that. He's stupid for that. But you know, it is what it is, or whatever the case may be. I just want us to love on each other, baby. Love on each other. Send the contract is brazy. Let Bama give his last words is crazy. What's hate, Simply Nate? What's hate? I'm not hating. What's hating, darling? I'm not hating on nobody. She pled the fifth on the stand while already having immunity. Yeah, yeah. Understand something, ladies and gentlemen. We in a day and time where we under a lot of scrutiny, where there's a lot that's set against us, or whatever the case may be. And one thing more than not, we need each other. Whether we agree that we need each other or not, we need each other. We need each other. We need to stop letting other people, other things infiltrate us and get us going against each other. We need to understand how much we mean to each other, whether we know it or not. No matter how much money you personally got, no matter how much of a go getter you got, none of those things. Be be cognizant of the bigger picture when it comes to us and the fact that we really do need each other. Now, I'm not talking about you need some miscreant or some asshole or some abusive dude or female or, I'm not talking about that. But in the general sense, we need each other and we need to start operating as such for our own well-being, for our family's well-being, for our community's well-being. We cannot change how things are happening We cannot change how things are happening until we gain some sense of unity amongst ourselves. Don't let that go over your head, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let that go over your head. Happy birthday to your moms, Creole. Creole Cupcake. Happy birthday to your mother in heaven, darling. Happy heavenly birthday. Listen, y'all know what it is. This is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, and I try to bring you things, topics, sometimes that are very enjoyable, sometimes that are controversial, but in all things to inspire and to inform and to keep you in the know of things that are going on. You feel me? Oh, thank you, Terry Murray. I appreciate that for the super chat. I do. I do. He said, keep going, good sir. Thank you for allowing me to share your platform. And Knicks in 6. God bless all. The Knicks did it in 6, didn't they? God bless us all. Jazzy, what's goody like the mob, baby? How's that baby doing, Jazzy? How's that baby doing? I'll be tapping in with you too, because I've been meaning to hit you up to see how everything is going. No, I ain't no. This Bama here. Well, I got to get. He funny though. Hey, Bama ass. You funny, so I will be bringing you up more often. However, just not right now. If you listening, hit me in my DM on IG, Bama, and let's chop it up. Hit me in my DM on IG. Let's chop it up. I think there's a place for what you do. I do, but yeah. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in. It's about that time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMGS. Y'all know what I say. Smile. Because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose with purpose. And last but not least, I'm not anti you. I'm pro me, but with an emphasis on building we. Let that marinate in your thick ass melon so we can chop it up and have a tater-tate until that day. I'll holler. Said, thanks, Phil, and things going great. I got a good baby. He just be chilling. I know that's right. I know that's right. He trying to be like him, God Daddy. Just be chilling. Just be chilling. Shout out to the babies. I feel like you're anti-us. I could never be notorious. I could never be that. Listen, y'all have a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Phantom Beast, what's good? We need you to host spaces too. Coming, Phantom Beast, coming in due time, in due time. Listen, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be? I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. What?
We're one big happy family. We're GMG. One big happy family. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil speech.
I got you. I'm gonna check my DM. Y'all have a blessed day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about this summer more. Yeah, what? Can we get a live performance of you singing this on the way out from now on? Almost said something notorious. Don't start none, won't be none. I'm out.